For today's recipe we need some southwestern Mexican flavor, and come with me, I show you what I have in the garden. Here is Mexican Tarragon. I hope you can see it. Get it out of the pot. This is Mexican Tarragon, in German called estragon. And we need that today, and I show you how to harvest the little leaves and get it in your meal, in your recipe. Then another one we need, which is a ticket for every Mexican meal, is cilantro, and I show you that one. My one is almost harvested. It's these little, hold on, get it out a little better. It's these little leaves. Let's see where I get this the best. Here. This is cilantro. It looks a little bit like dill, the plant here. Look here, the leaves, and it's the coriander plant, and you see the blossoms here. So as soon as the little seeds develop, the plant basically dies down the little leaves, and I left this one to develop coriander, which I will roast, and it really is good in with potatoes. The cilantro leaves I need for today's recipe, so I harvested a bunch of them. So if you don't want to have coriander, you just have to cut the cilantro plant so that you won't get seeds, and then it will grow bushy. But I don't need that much cilantro, so I harvested what I need, and this is good for me. And now let's go cooking. Welcome to another cooking show with the Tater Cowgirls. And as I said in my garden part of the video, we are doing a southwestern Mexican recipe. We are making Tri-Color Bean Fritters, and we are not using frying oil or other unhealthy stuff. We make it whole plant based, oil free, in the oven. And the Tri-Color, you can do also pinto beans. If you only have pinto beans, that's fine too. I have that, as you know, I retired and I organized our food storage pantry. Ooh, my husband was like, oh my God, I never saw it that organized. So I put everything in the front we have to use, and this Tri-Color Bean organic can was one of them. We have to use it up. So I said, why not making fritters? In another ticket I show you how to actually cook beans. I will do that. I think I have some on my videos too, but I will do that with you because I have a lot of dried beans and I prepare them when I make more meals out of them, but I need to use that can, so why not? Tri-color beans. These are kidney beans, pinto beans, and black beans in that one. I know the recipe with pinto beans. I think you can use any beans, quite frankly, whatever you want. So I rinse the beans, put them in a bowl. I also kept the aqua faba from the beans, the liquid, because if we need more liquid when we mash it, we have aqua faba. Otherwise, if you forget to do that, take a little plant milk, like soy milk or so. If it gets to it, if it's not liquid enough to stick. And what we do now is to turn on the oven to 400 degrees. So that it's heated up until we are done. And how are you doing all, by the way? It's summer. I love summer, as you can see. It's my favorite time actually, you know, you go swimming, I don't know, everything just looks better in summer, I don't know. But now get started, so I don't want to bore you. And then we will see how it comes out. So I put you down now on my work surface. Yeah, you see it here. Whoops. You see it here. And what you first do is, I promised you I'd show you how to harvest Mexican Tarragon. So this is cilantro. I already cut it and put it in my little bowl. This is the Mexican Tarragon. And you take the sprigs, go against the growth, and just rip it off. The sprigs you don't use, so just, it's really easy. They go off really easy. It's tiny little leaves, you know. It really is a herb that goes fantastic with beans, so that's why I put it in and that's why I grow it. It also looks nice in the garden with the yellow blossoms as you saw in the garden. So what I do now, I just chop them up fine, you know, so that you have it nicely spread out in your bean mass. Beans, by the way, people, if you don't eat meat like I do, beans is your best source of protein. And I never liked beans in the past because I got bloated, but if you eat no meat and you eat more beans, it will go away, the bloating. And some beans are better for me, like black beans. Some beans are worse, like pinto beans, for example. But I can deal with all of them for now. And even if you eat meat, you know, if there is a food shortage or you can't afford this expensive meat right now, beans is your source of proteins. So let's get started now. We need a bowl. We put our can of Tri-Color beans in it. We mash them up good. Okay, as I said, you still have aqua faba here. If it gets too dry, we use that stuff. By the way, do you know that aqua faba, if you mix it with a mixer, it turns into, it looks like egg white. So you can make macaroons with it, or use it like you use stiff egg white. Never knew that. I had to find that out. Okay, good. It's mixed now. It's mashed now. Let me just get a spoon too, a wooden spoon. My grandma always told me to use wooden spoons. I don't know, it's just kind of how I got taught to cook. So now we put in 2 tablespoons of ketchup. I have no added sugar, organic ketchup. We put that one in. We put our tarragon and cilantro in. This was about, I would say, a 1/4 teaspoon to a 1/2 teaspoon of each herb. Then we put in a 1/3 cup of old-fashioned oats and a 1/4 cup of cornmeal. I also put, this is optional, I also put in a 1/2 cup of roasted corn, which I thought, this one, I like that one because we try to create a Mexican Southwestern kind of flavor, you know, and that's what you basically use for it. Okay, we can put that away. Then let me get my measurements here. We take half a teaspoon of, oops, get it open, chipotle pepper. And that's also to taste, so if you want to take less, that's fine. I like the taste and I want it a little spicy. Then we take a tablespoon liquid smoke. In my case it's hickory, but you can take mesquite as well. And then I put a little bit of Cholula hot sauce in, just a few squirts. And now pepper to taste. I would say not more than a quarter teaspoon, but up to you. Very little salt in my case because I use a can and you know there is sodium in it. So I do not use a lot of salt in that one, maybe 2 pinches. Again, it's up to taste. Then I have onion powder and I use half a teaspoon. A good heaped half teaspoon. And I use garlic. And I use a teaspoon of garlic. I like garlic. I'm from Gilroy. Gilroy is the garlic capital. Also, we have no garlic festival anymore. After the shooting, it got too expensive for the city, and I understand where they're coming from, and they say that the insurance is like in the billions. So they asked private people to hold it, and obviously nobody came forward doing it. Looks like we won't have a garlic festival anymore. Very sad. Very sad. Anyway, and now I recommend to have your hands washed and knead it together with your hands. This is the best way to do it. Okie dokie. Oh man, what is going on in my life? Eddie is graduating with honors from her freshman year in high school. She had lunch with the principal, this Philly cheesesteak, I think that. So she graduates with honor from the freshman year. She's now a sophomore. She also will start next week Police Explorer Academy. It's kind of like a boot camp, little does she know. But they work with the K9, they go to the shooting range and learn how to clean and secure a fire weapon. They learn how to shoot, and they have martial arts and boot camp, running, exercise, condition training. So 2 weeks a police academy, and then they graduate. So I'm happy that she's doing that. I just put the oven beef, wash my hands, and try it. And now we have the dough. So let me put all that stuff to the side. What else is going on? Our church has a Bible Sunday school, summer school, and everybody in Gilroy can join, up to 12 years old kids. It's free for everyone. So if you live in Gilroy or surroundings in our church community, go to the Foothill Church website. I will put a link on it. if you want your child to go to summer Bible school. It's free, as I said, you don't pay a dime for it. They get meals, they get snacks, they get everything. It's fun there. And I volunteered to decorate for the Bible school. They have it in form of a racetrack. Our whole church gets decorated like a racetrack. And we have to collect, we have little race cars on the walls. We collect these little bottle caps. I already donated a bag. And these are our hubcaps, you know, for the little race cars. So it's gonna be fun. I will put pictures in next week or in 2 weeks to show you how it looks like. Okay, let's move on. We now need a baking sheet is parchment paper, and then we do little balls. I would say the size of a golf ball. Yeah, mini golf ball if you don't play golf. We put them on there. We form them with our hands. I didn't need aqua faba, it was liquid enough on my dough, so I just use it for something else. Aqua faba is a really valuable stuff. You can use it in many things where you need liquid, where you have to substitute oils or eggs. Aqua faba will do the trick. Or you have to do a glaze. This is good with aqua faba too, if you have to glaze some stuff before cooking. Okay, here's another one. So I have 5. And my husband eats those if he grills something, or he has, you know, he eats meat, so he eats that as a side together with a salad. I love those fritters with a bowl of salad and some salsa with it, you know. So, okay, we have these bowls, and now I just, with my hand, I flatten them. So this way you have everything about the same size. Do it like that. Okay. Not too thin, don't make it too thin. You know, like fritters. Make them like you used to do fritters. Okay. That looks good. Okay, now we have 5 of them, and we put them in the oven, each side for about 7 minutes in 400 Fahrenheit. Okay, and I talk to you once the fritters are done. All right, let's get the fritters out of the oven. Yeah, looking good to me. Oh, smelling good. So every oven is different. If they're not crunchy enough for you, just put them under the broiler. That works too. Let me get a, you know. And I put you down to let you look over them. 7 minutes on each side, as I said. So my oven did a good job. So the way I eat them is with a little bit of my Swabian potato salad. The recipe is on my channel, and I can link to it, of course. I put a tad bit of lime juice on it. I like that, but that's all optional. You can eat it with enchilada sauce. You can eat it mashed potatoes and corn or vegetables, or a nice bowl of salad. I like that too in summer. when it's hot like right now, you don't really want to eat much food. My husband throws them on the grill together with his steak, and then has it as a side because he likes beans. What I like to do for camping trips, I make them like I did today. Then I put them in a Tupperware, take them to the campground, and then I just heat them up on the grill, you know, that they are warm. And then I enjoy them without meat, and my husband eats them as a side. They all love those little fritters. And they are baked in the oven. They are not made in the skillet with bacon grease like we used to do. And as you know, any fat and grease clogs your arteries, and it's not good for you. So I just love them. Let me just break a little bit apart, and you see how they look inside. And they smell good too. It's like or it smells like a campfire. They're good. They're good. Let me put you up again. Very good. My one are, I would say, oops, hold on, you're crooked here. My one, I would say, are medium spicy. I would like them more spicy, but my husband gets heartburns when he eats too spicy, so I make them medium spicy. But you are welcome to put more chili pepper or whatever in, or Cholula sauce or whatever. Oh, I love them. The corn in them tastes good too. That's my ticket for a hot summer day. And I'm gonna do a short book report, because I read a book recently and I wanted to share that with you. I read it on Kindle. I do not have the hardcover, but I can show you how it looks like on my computer. It's Jonathan Isaac, Why I Stand. I don't know if you heard from this young man. He's a remarkable guy. That's the book cover on Kindle. And Jonathan Isaac is an NBA player, basketball player, black. And he got in the news because he refused to wear the Black Lives Matter shirt, and he also refused to kneel. All his teammates kneeled. He stood when the national anthem was playing, and he always stands. And he got, oh yeah, can you imagine what kind of emails and hate mail he got? Well, he in the interviews I learned a lot of him, how he responds to these gotcha journalists who wanted to paint him in one or different way. And he responded, and I have the highest respect for this guy. This is the guy you want your daughter to bring home as a son-in-law. And in his book he talks about the way he's a newborn Christian, like I am. He talks about how he met with his now pastor, who he didn't know he was a pastor. They kind of like accidentally met in the elevator for the first time, or on the street, on a crossroad next to each other. Every time they met, they enjoyed talking to each other, enjoyed each other's company, and it was like it meant to be that they met all the time until they formally introduced them to each other, and he learned he's a pastor. So that happened when he threw out the idea he would like to feed the homeless, cook something and go out and serve the homeless. And the pastor said, oh, I can help you with that, we know how to do that, and then he learned he's a pastor and, organizes feeds like that. And they went out, and when he helped serving the homeless, he actually met his later wife. And it's all so interconnected, and Jesus works in very, very wonderful ways. I learned it for myself, and a lot of newborn Christian can tell you some stuff about that. says he explains why he stands and why he does not wear the Black Lives Matter shirt. He says Jesus is calling everybody. It doesn't matter what skin color you have or background, he calls everybody together, and we are supposed to love each other, support each other. Hate should not be in the heart of a newborn Christian, and that's really, really not easy. You know, I had to forgive my father for being an alcoholic, not be there for me. And when I was young, I was raised by my grandma. I had to forgive the father of Adriana for hurting my daughter. And are we supposed to become from different tribes? You know, Adriana is part Mexican and I'm German, and we are like a mixed family. My husband is from Texas. And are we supposed to hate each other because we are raised different or have different skin color? This is bull, BS. And the current, I don't know how I call it, the current zeitgeist or spirit is like hating everybody who is not like you. If you are Mexican, you're supposed to hate the white people. If you are, you know, and this is not what it is about. And indigenous people will tell you the same. The storytellers, when I went to the powwows, they don't spread hate. They tell the stories how it happened, but they also welcome you with open arms. So I want to, because we try to follow Jesus. This is what you do as a newborn Christian. You try to follow in the footsteps of Jesus, and hate has no place there. And that's why certain evil spirits, I would say, who occupy people. It's not the people, it's this evil zeitgeist spirit that thinks abortion is okay, that thinks forcing kids against their beliefs to get vaccinated. It's this, you know, selfish kind of attitude. That is the reason they don't like newborn Christians, because newborn Christians are not supposed to be like that. We are all sinners, we all do bad stuff, but we should try to be better than that. And Jonathan Isaac is a hero for me for speaking out for his beliefs. Also, he gets hated for it a lot, you know. He's one of my heroes, and I hope you enjoyed the book. I enjoyed it. The Reason Why I Stand is the title, and I hope you get it in hardcover. I think I want to get it in hardcover. It came out in May 2022. I read it on Kindle because I couldn't get it in hardcover. But once I get it, I show it to you again if you want to. But I link to it in my description, and I link to it. I also link to my potato salad recipe in my description, and to my church, who offers summer Bible study for kids up to 12 years old in our area for free. You don't have to be a member of the church. You bring your kid to the Bible study. It's in there for free, but you have to go to the website and register your kid. That's it for today. I hope you have a peachy summer Sunday like I have. And see you again to another cooking rodeo or other stuff in my life. And you're all welcome. As I say in California, peace out.